Here's your crash course on writing and designing a business proposal the modern way. These tips are based on our analysis of over 570,000 proposals sent using the PandaDoc platform last year. Just so you know, our suggestions are pretty legit. This video is broken up into multiple chapters, so if you'd like to skip ahead to a specific part, go right on ahead. All right, let's get started. Our data shows that a proposal should have 9 main parts, and it should be around 6 to 10 pages for smaller deals below $10,000. For bigger enterprise deals, it will get longer, but a proposal should really never be more than 50 pages. These components might vary based on your industry or company size too, so just use what's most relevant to your situation. The main proposal components include a cover page, a cover letter, a table of contents, an executive summary, a solution section, a pricing page, an About Us section, some testimonials and social proof, and an agreement and final CTA. Let's take a look at our social media professional template as an example. It's one of our most popular free proposal templates. If you're not trying to create a social media proposal, don't worry, the basic structure still applies to nearly every business proposal. Your proposal should start with a cover page, where you have about 50 milliseconds to make a strong first impression. Here's where you can place graphics and visual content to set the tone before the reader dives into the meat of your proposal. Here's an example of a cover page. Make sure to include your company name, contact information, and logo. Also add in your client's name, contact information, as well as the date and title of the proposal. Our Panda tip here is to make the cover page very visually engaging and include some slick graphics and branded colors to hook your proposal recipient from the get-go. Next up is your cover letter. This is where you can get creative and personal with your recipient. Think of this as a brief hello message to your recipient, thanking them for the opportunity to work together. Here's an example of a cover letter you can use. Our Panda tip here is to also include a closing greeting and signature to make the cover letter extra classy. A table of contents is optional, and our template here doesn't have one, as it's often more useful for longer proposals. If your proposal is less than 9 pages, think of it as a nice to-have. Remember, most proposals aren't read in chronological order. Different stakeholders from various departments only care about specific items within your proposal. For example, if you're selling a social media marketing plan, then finance might care less about the solutions you're offering. They just want to see if it falls within the allocated budget. In contrast, marketing wants to see social proof and how you address their unique pain points. Our Panda tip is to make your table of contents hyperlink, so your recipient can click to the sections that they want without having to scroll through things that they don't care about. Next, we have the executive summary. This section is basically your chance to summarize your overall strategy of what solutions you're actually offering your recipient. Your recipient has problems they need to solve, and they need your help to do it. In your executive summary, address these problems at a high level and let the rest of your proposal speak for itself. You can break them up with bolded headings like we did here. Our Panda tip is to assume your recipient will skim this part, but read the headers, so carefully word the bolded headers to address the main solutions they need. For the solution section, we recommend breaking it up into 3 sections: the assessment portion, the implementation portion, and the goals and outlook portion. For your assessment, give details on what data or information you've already gathered about your customer and the general discoveries of what you found that needs fixing. For the implementation, write out what you'll be working on and when. Include all the responsibilities and the timeframe expectations. If you need to link to another document to get even more granular, then do it. And for the goals and outlook portion, make sure you write out the expected outcomes you anticipate. If you can, add in viable metrics and numbers for these outcomes. There's no point in sending a proposal if you don't explain what things will look like after you get the work done. Our Panda tip is to add visual representations, charts, graphics, videos, etc. of your successes within your proposal, adding tangible details of your proven successes that can help justify your cost. And just like that, we've made it to the pricing page of your proposal. Potential customers want to know how you're charging them and what they're being charged for, and over what period they should expect to pay. Here, you'll want to create a pricing table that identifies each product or service and pair it with the most accurate pricing information you can provide. Our Panda tip here is to use an interactive pricing table inside of your proposal like this. Recipients will be able to select the services they need and automatically calculate the total cost within the proposal without asking you to requote or crunch additional numbers by themselves. People buy from people, so don't be afraid to let your team's personality shine through in this About Us section. In this example, we kept it pretty simple with just one photo. But you can also share your backstory, mission, and any causes that your company stands for. Our Panda tip here is if you're a small business, get personal and give your potential client a chance to get to know you and your team, including bios and headshots of the people they'll be working with specifically, because no proposal is complete without a little social proof. We're now looking at the testimonial page portion of your document. Customers are more likely to trust earned media, like recommendations from friends and family, above all other forms of advertising. But this is also a great section to include a customer story or case study. You can even embed rich media like a video. Our Panda tip here is to use this section as a place to add any awards and review site rankings you might have, as well as customer logos if possible, like we did here. All right, it's come down to the final page of your proposal. The agreement and call to action. In many jurisdictions, proposals are considered legally binding contracts if they meet the criteria for a contract. Depending on your business proposal, you may include an agreement, a call to action, and terms and conditions at the end of your document. Just make sure to keep the CTA clear and avoid cluttering too much information about the final agreement. Here, you can see we've got an e-signature block, a date, and then we're finished. Our Panda tip here is for larger deals to attach an MSA or terms and services as separate documents to avoid cluttering up a proposal with too many pages of information. And there you have it. A fancy, professional-looking proposal complete with every section you'll need to get business rolling with a new customer. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to PandaDoc's YouTube channel for more helpful business document videos.